Hey guys, it's takae and welcome back to another Redstone video. I know it's been like 3 months since the last video I ever made, but honestly it's probably gonna stay that way because of school and stuff. But anyway, uh, let's just take a look at the store. The store is a remake of one of my previous builds. I think I have a video of it somewhere, but this is the 3x3 glass store using KAMIL'S layout that was made a long time ago, which is actually a really, by today's standards, this is a horrible layout, but it's an interesting build and it was pretty fun to make. So uh, I'm I'm proud of it, I guess. The thing that you have to be warned is that this is not survival friendly at all. Because of how many resources you have to use. First of all, there are a crap ton of sticky pistons, and also you have to use 3 redstone lamps, I believe, and there's a lot of repeaters, comparators, droppers, hoppers, and this yeah, that observer line that I'm not really that happy about, but was the only way I could figure out how to make it. Yeah, so that's basically how it that's basically why it's not good for survival. So it's very not survival friendly. But if you're like me and you just wanna, if you just like building random stuff in creative worlds, then this should be an interesting build for you. But this is the closing. I think it's faster than the original one. Not sure. The opening is definitely faster. I actually paid attention to the top this time, and the bottom is definitely much faster because I used this torch burnout over here. So this is a lot better compared to my previous one, and also I haven't recorded a video in like 3 months, so forgive me for stuttering and stuff like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's continue on to the tutorial. Okay, so you're gonna have to start out with a 11 by 13 area, and then this is your floor level, so you're gonna have to dig down 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 blocks, and this will also have redstone on it, so you might even want to dig down 5. But it's really not necessary, actually. Although there are some observers that are going to have it placing downwards, so that's kind of annoying. But and this platform, or at least where the actual door is going to be 4 blocks back, like that. All right. So I'm probably gonna have to refer back to this model, I guess, a lot because I haven't built this door in a long time, and so excuse me for all the cuts they're probably gonna see. Anyway, so this frame is kind of weird actually because of the way the door works. Instead of having a 3x3 frame that you would expect, you have a 5, more like a 3x5. But you have glass here, so it's not, actually. Alright, so now what you want to do for the piston layout is go directly underneath the middle one, put a furnace there, or any other movable object. Put 2 sticky pistons so you have your double extender, and then a storage piston over here, and then put 1 normal piston, like so, facing the back. And now put an immovable object behind it. Furnace, obsidian, whatever you want. Alright. Now, go back basically all the way. Place a furnace at the end. And these are all temporary blocks, by the way. And 4 normal pistons, just like that. A floor block. Or a door block. Actually, no, this is a 4 block. Anyway, but just place one of those and place 3 door blocks there. And actually, just for fun, we'll make it let's make it a fence door. Just because it's more interesting this way. Okay. I've actually never done this, so I'm kind of interested to see how it'll look. Probably just like a wall of fences, but anyway. Okay, next, what you want to do is you want to actually go back out 3 blocks. This is going to be a temporary block to put your pistons on. So if you were actually just digging this place, it would probably... Actually, no, it wouldn't. Actually, maybe, yeah. But anyway, it might be a wall. Anyway, but that's kind of irrelevant. But we'll just put 3 sticky pistons. Actually, 1 more in front. This is how it's supposed to be. Disregard everything I just said. This is how it's supposed to be. Okay, because this last area is going to be used for some redstone, as you can see over there. And then here you're going to put some sticky pistons, and this will be blocked off by a wall, so you won't be able to see it. And that's what confused me, because normally if it was a regular 3x3, you would put your piston over there. Well, only if it was in the closed position. Anyway, this door is kind of confusing to do. So, is that a sticky piston? This is a sticky piston, right? Okay, yeah, that's a sticky piston. So now you're gonna have a sticky piston facing into this piston so that I can push and pull it. And now you'll have 2 sticky pistons, well, more like a sticky piston wall over here. So it can push these 2 back. Anyway, you'll see what I mean once we actually get to the mechanism. And now you just want to do that on the other side as well. So you don't want that many, but and here's your... These are to retract these transparent blocks. And here's your wall of sticky pistons. Okay, so that's the sides layout complete. The top is really easy. It's just a double extender facing downwards and with a furnace on top. Okay, well, now that's done. Let's move on to the actual redstone. Okay, so we're going to start with the input circuit first, which I have colored in red. So you're going to want to build 2 blocks up like this, and this is your input block. Now build two blocks on the floor, and then up 1, down 1, up 1. Just like that. And now, place 2 repeaters here. Place a piece of dust, and a torch like that. And a redstone lamp there, so we can update this observer. That will be there later in the following circuits. And here, you're actually gonna have 1 repeater on 2 ticks, because actually, why did I do that? I forget. Yeah, I think I could have just done it the normal way, but whatever, it saves on repeaters. Actually, I think this was the original way, and then I had to change it over here because of these 2 redstone dust there. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, anyway. So now, that repeater runs into a block, which gives power to these 2 redstone dust. Build up a block, and redstone torch, and redstone lamp. And that is your input circuit complete, and it does nothing, basically, except that. And as you can see, they are completely in sync, and that's really not that hard to do, especially when you're doing it like this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is going to be the side pistons, just because it's necessary to do that to get to the bottom part, and also the top part. The sides are basically what connects everything. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so we're going to start with the closing circuit for the sides, which is actually incredibly simple. because all you need to do is activate these pistons to spit these blocks out, and it'll be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an observer facing upwards so it gets updated by this, put a block on top of that, and then put a piece of redstone dust here so it activates this piston, and then put another block there, slab here, and that's one side done. And now just do the same thing on the other side, just like this. So very simple. Alright, now we're not going to test it yet, just because actually no, I suppose you can. So, but it's really not that, doesn't really matter that much. But this is what it'll look like. So now we're going to move on to the closing or the opening circuit of the sides. Okay. So now that we have the closing done, it's time for the opening. So the way the opening is going to work is we're going to put a block right in front of the torch, so it'll be powered by this redstone lamp. And then a piece of redstone dust there, and put a block in front of that so we can have our dropper monostable. And just put a random block in there, it doesn't really matter. And build 3 blocks out like this: comparator, repeater, redstone dust, and then build up 1. And you're going to have this little platform here. And another one, but the black 2 need to be slabs for this one. And just build up. And just link them to these 2 with a slab like that. And now just put repeaters there, and it'll power everything. So next, what we want to do is we're gonna build up here, so just kind of make a little slab tower kind of thing, and put redstone dust on all of it. And now we're going to have a repeater on 4 ticks, sticky piston there, repeater on 1 tick, and a slab there to prevent these from getting cut off. Just put redstone dust on all of that, and 1 more here, redstone dust, and we can't put it down here, otherwise the signal won't actually travel, because they can't travel down from slabs. And now we're gonna have this weird kind of shape with a repeater and a redstone dust, and that's a lot of it actually. Well, I mean, it is for the top. Okay, so now we have repeater on 4 ticks going to a block, and then another repeater on 4 ticks going into a block once again, and now it's going to power this block with a redstone dust on top, and this needs to be a block so it can bud this one as well, and so they'll both be powered. And now we go back down here. So from this redstone dust, we're going to take that signal, go down, repeater on 4 ticks, going into a block, and then another repeater on 4 ticks here, which goes into another block. But now we're going to take the signal up. So we're going to put a piece of redstone dust here. Another repeater on 4 ticks that goes into a block, and so now this piston will also be powered when it's in this position. Well, actually, it's going to be this one, but same concept. And now here we're going to have a 4-tick repeater, another 4-tick repeater, and that goes into a block, and another 4-tick repeater. And now we're going to go up a 2 torch tower, if that made any sense. Comparator on subtract mode, and we're going to put a comparator here. And now what you want to do is you want to put 3 unstackable items and 37 normal items, like that. And so now what you want to do is have a piston monostable there, and 2 redstone dust like that. And now these will be powered, and now these repeaters will take this 1 tick signal and actually will be able to power these pistons. And the reason we have this kind of comparative thing going on here is because I don't want it to travel up here and then do everything again. So this will allow it to only go four blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it won't go down here or up here or here. So it's quite useful. Took a bit of experimenting to get it right, but it is really not that hard of a concept to grasp. So this is actually something I've never used before. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun, actually. Anyway, so now that side should be finished. So now we're just gonna do it on this side. The same thing. So block redstone dust running to another block with your dropper stable, I think it's called. I forgot what people called it. But it's a dropper hopper monostable. And then now comparator, repeater, and redstone dust, and you have your little platform, and another one except with half slabs at the back, and repeaters and repeaters. Now just link up these two and start your slab tower just like that. So you'll have 3 on this outer side, and then now go towards the front, 4 ticks going into a piston monostable, 1 tick there, and now just build down, and this needs to be a slab, build out, bam, 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 bam. Okay, now repeater, redstone dust all over here, and 4 tick repeater, and 4 tick repeater there. And also I realized the sound of the game is probably really loud. I apologize for that. I will turn that down right now. Yeah, this really shows that I have not recorded a video in a long time because I forgot to do that. Although I tend to forget that a lot. And then so redstone dust there. So I apologize for all that noise that must have been made in the, I don't know, what, 5 minutes of the video? Probably more than that. Anyway, 10 minutes? Anyway, whatever. That's not the point. Go back down here. Build down. 4 tick repeater. And 4 tick repeater. And go up a block, redstone dust, another 4 tick repeater, and just a block there. Okay. Now we have actually a 4 tick repeater over here, and then just like this, all 4 ticks go up 2 blocks and torches. And now comparator, subtract mode, another comparator over here, hopper, and once again 3 unstackable items and 37 normal items. And now we have sticky piston here, block on top, and actually no repeater there, just redstone dust like that. And it should be done. Let's see if it actually works. And the answer is yes, actually, which is surprising because I tend to fail on the first time every time. So yeah, that's pretty good for the first time. I mean, it works for the first time. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, anyway, next we're going to do the bottom, the closing of the bottom. Alright, so Here is where it's going to get a little fuzzy in my memory, so you might see some cuts here. But to do the closing for the bottom, the first thing you're going to do is put a redstone torch there, and give me this redstone dust there, and now actually this is the wrong place. It's actually up a block here. Sorry about that. And then just do the same thing. That's not an observer, that's a regular block. And then repeater coming out of that, block in front, and if I can get in here, there's a block there and a half slab here because of something that I can't remember. Why did I put a half slab there? I forget. Oh, okay, so this observer won't power that block. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I also forgot about it, but it makes sense. Okay. And then repeater there. And then 4 ticks on this repeater going into this block which powers this piston. So that's going to be the storage block circuit, which is going to be reused in the opening actually. Actually, that's probably pretty obvious, but you're going to have a fence gate here to update this observer. So we have a dual edge here. And now we're going to have a piston with a block in front of it. And so we don't have to use a redstone block here. You can just put a block and a torch there since there's a lot of space. And then now place a repeater on 3 ticks. And another repeater on 3 ticks, which runs to another block. And then this weird torch spiral thing that runs into this last piston over here. And then a repeater on 4 ticks, that's being powered by this torch. And then continue on with 4 tick repeaters and blocks. And also on the last set, which is over here. Okay. And then down here, I believe, is a piece of redstone dust, and then a block with a torch on it. And here we have a redstone dust, I think, that runs into a sticky piston, and up a block, and redstone dust, and repeater on 1 tick, like this. And I believe this is the entire closing. Let's test it. Okay, well that failed miserably. This is probably why. I forgot to actually, make the torch burn out. Okay, so, well, let's try that again, shall we? Bam, bam, bam. And that's it, I believe. Okay, now it works. Okay. Oh, that actually looks pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, so this is the entire closing of the door. The top doesn't have to do anything with the closing. So now is where the weird part starts with all the observers and stuff. So be prepared, I guess. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is the top first, because just to get out of the way it's a lot easier. And then we're gonna tackle the bottom, which is all fit into here and also down here with all the observers and crap. That is actually probably not very well made. If anyone wants to see if they can figure something out down there, then feel free to, but I couldn't. So anyway, without further ado, let us continue on. Okay, so this is one of the simplest parts of the actual build. Um, just because it's just a double extender that has to go down at the right time. So what you're going to do is you're going to continue from this torch tower and build up 2 more. And now build out 2 blocks with 2 repeaters, both on 4 ticks. And a block in front of it, and this is kind of weird in my opinion, but this is how it's going to go. So you're going to place a block, you're going to just bring it out here until it meets here. That was actually a really bad explanation. But this is what it's going to look like, and you're going to place redstone dust all on that all on those blocks. And now we're going to have a ceiling block here, and actually not a redstone dust, but a repeater on 2 ticks. And here, this is actually really messily done, but it works. So we're going to have a pulse extender here on 4 ticks, so we have a repeater on 4 ticks. And now here, we're going to go up 1 block, put redstone dust on top of it, and this is going to be our falling edge monostable circuit. So just place a block here on 4 ticks, or a block and then a repeater on 4 ticks, and then a repeater on 2 ticks. Sticky piston facing upwards, block on its face, and then put a redstone dust here, so you can have this tight turn, and then just a ceiling block with a 1 tick repeater on it. And that should be it. But unfortunately we can't test it now because the bottom has to work first. So let's continue on with the bottom then. Okay, so this is all the materials that we're gonna need. And for how little materials there are, this is really annoying to build. So let's just get on with it. So, actually I need redstone dust. Why do I always forget the redstone dust? So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna build down here, and then build up, and then this redstone dust is gonna run into this block, and we're just gonna go all the way across until. And what I believe we have here is 3 repeaters, all on 4 ticks, and then sticky piston here, 1 tick, 1 tick, and that. And I think this is going up into this block with redstone dust on top of it to power this piston here. And if I can get into the build, thank you. We're gonna have 4 ticks here, and go up a block, and then actually not that, just go across like this up until here. You're gonna have a sticky piston and a block on top of that. And now just put 5 repeaters and a redstone dust at the end, set them all on 4 ticks, and this should be the first 2 retraction, or the first 2 pushes that has. And then now we're gonna go over here, put a repeater on 4 ticks, and go all the way over here until we get here. So we have like this diagonal thing. So 6 repeaters, all on 4 ticks once again. So this part is probably what takes up a lot of, resources because of all these repeaters. And then we have this, and then we're going to have a gigantic chain of what are they called? Observers, which is kind of annoying, but this is the only way I could figure it out. So okay, and now we're going to go over here and place a repeater on 1 tick. Excuse me. We're going to place a repeater on 1 tick with an observer above it. And this is going to be your double extender, so it's very easy to double extender. I'm really happy, like this is like the best thing about observers, that they can make double extenders like this, really easy to make. And then we're gonna have come out here, 4 ticks, and this is actually gonna be a lamp to update stuff. 4 ticks there, and then a torch on this block, and another torch, and it's gonna look like that. Okay. Okay, how do I get out? Okay, so now is where I believe we get into all the annoying observer business. So where we're gonna start is beneath this piston, and we're gonna go over here and go up there so we can power this piston. So the way we're gonna do that is we're just gonna make one go down and then make 2 go this way. Not down. Can I? Yeah, okay, like that. And then another one like that, and then just go up from there. We're gonna have a block on top so I can power this piston. And then we also need one to be over here. So this block can actually stay there. Just need one to go in this direction and then go up. And now it'll power this one also. Okay, and then now we're gonna start from here and then just go all the way across until we get here where this opening is. And now go up 3 and then place a block there and a block in front of that. And that should be it. This is the storage part. And this was actually kind of weird because, well, I figured that if I could just fire it twice fast enough, it would go, and then this one would go up, and then actually why did I do this? Oh, okay, I know. It's because this one goes first, and then this one, and then so I need this one to go again, and then that'll go again. So that's why it's like that. So let's see if it works. And the answer is yes. Yep. That's the door. That's it. We're done. And so now all that's left to do is just fill in all the gaps. Like so. You can do it however you want. Obviously. So just a little update on the channel. Since school is going on, I'm probably not going to be making videos very often until we have holidays. This weekend I got all my homework done pretty fast, so I was able to record a video. And honestly, like on the weekends, I just don't want to do anything because of how tiring school is. And also I've recently been addicted to Fire Emblem, so I might even make a Fire Emblem Let's Play someday after I get the Minish Cap done, which is probably not going to happen very soon, to be honest. But I just wanted to get at least one video out to you guys to tell you what's been going on and why I haven't been uploading for 3 months. Okay, anyway, let's just see it in all its glory. Yeah, I think I prefer the glass better, but the fences are pretty cool too. So, anyway, that's it for me. I'm trying to remember what my outro is. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you later.